We got it. All right. Hey guys, today's a good day. It's Kelly Jones, KJ from Beyond My Expectations LLC. I'm here with George Dale, our intern, Hamilton Cuthrell, and Marcus Boyd. And I'll tell you a little bit more about them, but I wanted to just first of all tell you that we are talking about trying to get together a dynamic relay during the month of September. And wanted to have a little bit of conversation about that. And Hamilton has no idea what we're going to ask this 1996 Olympic invitee about running. So get ready, get prepared. But I want to tell you a little bit about the people that I'm talking to in this conversation. So George Dale, he is the Beyond My Expectations intern this year for 2021, 2022. He is phenomenal. The videos that you see, the hype man, etc. That is George Dale. He is also a football player. And he's going to make me proud this year because I'm coming to some games and I'm going to be like cheering because I'm going to wear school colors and, you know, all that other kind of stuff. So Marcus Boyd is a record producer. He's got a clothing line. He's an autism activist. He's done. So Marcus, tell me what you've done because I can't list all that stuff. Help me out.
I mean, I'm a 13-time music award-winning music producer, composer. I've been nominated for a Grammy 7 times. I have 4 awards for being an autism activist. I have a clothing line, a shoe line. I'm a professional DJ. I'm a CEO of multiple businesses, but this don't have nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you.
Everything to do with who?
You.
Oh, no. We share the love. Everybody. It's a great conversation. And then Hamilton Cuthrell. So he was invited to the U.S. Olympics. This is Olympic time, guys. He was invited to the U.S. Olympics in 1996, right? And so I laugh and joke and I say, well, I don't laugh and joke because this is some serious stuff. It takes 20 minutes to wash your hands properly, right? According to the CDC. Well, by the time you finish washing your hands and turning off the water, Hamilton Cuthrell would have been finished running his race. That's just how fast he is. Right. But not only did he run, he played football. He was a cheerleader in college, at the college level, at the NCAA level. And so he is a superstar. He is a trainer, a phenomenal trainer. He trains professional athletes as well as college athletes. He trains individuals who are at various levels, rehab, etc. As far as getting prepared and excelling. And so with that in mind, what we wanted to do, because we're trying to put together this relay race for in September, what we wanted to do was we wanted to ask Hamilton Cuthrell a little bit about how to prepare, about how to run this race. And what we decided to do was have our athlete, our football player,
Yes, sir.
to get us going. So George, help us out. What do we need to know?
All right, so when we get into the running aspect, since we're doing the relay, and when we do running and conditioning, you know, your legs always get tired, you always feel fatigued, out of breath, and you just think that you can't keep going at a certain point. So what can we do to like prepare for that feeling, you know, get past it, overcome it, and just become the best that we can be?
That's a great question. You're gonna feel that feeling on a certain level. At any distance that you do, any type of condition that you're in, Olympic athletes still feel that. The great Usain Bolt, the Jamaican sprinter that owns pretty much all the sprint records now, one of the reasons he said that he stopped running is because practice was so hard. He couldn't stand practice. And that's what you're talking about. You're talking about the practice. So at some level, no matter what condition you're in, you're going to feel that fatigue. I would admonish you to focus on what the goal is. Like you have the end goal. If it's in football, what is the end goal? You know what I mean? In football, if it's your position, what we talk about a lot of the times is the fourth quarter. You want to have as much energy in the fourth quarter as you do, or you seemingly that you do in the first. So when the fourth quarter comes around, it's popular for all the football guys to put up 4 fingers. What that means to us as football players is this is a whole new game. Everything you have left, we're gonna put it out right here. That's when that conditioning, that's what you should focus on when okay, my legs are really starting to burn. We just had practice. Why in the world is coach making us run after we just had practice?
Yeah.
And when you're at that point in practice, that's what your mind needs to go to. It needs to go to the reason, the outcome, the goal that you have. Why are we doing this? And that will help you fight through it, which will build character. So it'll translate to the game.
So you mean to tell me I've been focusing on the wrong thing? I've been focusing on cheesecake.
Focusing on the meal afterwards.
I'm thinking a little bit too far down the road, right?
Right. That's the celebration after the game.
So
what? Go ahead.
So when we're talking about the relay race, our goal is to get at least 100 meters, the fastest we can. So how would you want us to, how would you think we should prepare for the 100-meter dash?
Have you've been practicing yet?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have with my conditioning at football and then me running around my neighborhood, but I would like to be the fastest out there in my group. So I would know any tips and tricks that you got.
Yeah,
well, wait, Coach Cuthrell, I'm gonna tell you who's been talking a little junk, who might be the fastest one out there. Marcus.
Oh wow!
What? No.
Marcus, we're not gonna have to call Hussein to come race you.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean, I'm up for it. So let's go run.
Let's go run.
You're gonna run it. How are you gonna break out? You want to tell us one of your secrets, Marcus? You want to hook us up a little bit?
I'm like Bill Cosby on the track field. Yeah. So,
what?
Shorts, long socks, stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
What did he say? I can't hear.
Yeah, I said I'm like Bill Cosby on the track field.
On the track field.
Yeah. Like shorts, long socks.
All right.
Little shorts, long socks, like Bill Cosby on the
Yeah.
When he was racing on the Cosby Show. I remember that.
Hey, but fast was one out there.
So Marcus, you want to talk about like
he's
your
saying
special
it's the
gear?
Wardrobe for him.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Marcus, you talking about the wardrobe to hook it up and make it happen.
Yeah. Wardrobe.
That definitely helps. But you got to remember too, but man, the 100 meters is multiple races in one. You know what I mean? So for prepare, you're doing the end of it by doing conditioning.
Okay.
100 meters is, and people break it down and they say how many sections it has. Some people say 7, 5. We can do 3, which is like the start, max acceleration, and the finish, right? Sometimes if you get technical, each part might have several components, but the start is reacting to the gun and just starting. And then like the first few meters, you're just trying to build up the speed. They call that the drive phase, right? Where you're just, it's like an airplane taking off. You see people staying low. And so when you start, you want to kind of stay low, pushing the track behind you, because whatever direction you want to go in, you have to push in the opposite direction. If you want to jump high, you push down first, right? So you want to go forward, so you're pushing the track behind you. The second phase, and so for that, the train for that, I would do things like stairs, hills. If you got any type of hill, sprinting up a hill, sprinting upstairs, stuff like that. Box jumps. We could show you like floor box jumps where you get from your knees and jump up. Remember how we did the floor step ups?
I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Same thing, except jump to your feet instead of step to your feet. Right?
Okay. Hey, Marcus, you ready to do that? You ready to do some stairs and hills and stuff like that?
He got it.
Yeah, Marcus on the hills.
Anything for beyond my expectations. You know, so
I love the dedication. Love the dedication.
Now that he talked about it, I'm trying to find those knee-high socks with the stripes on the top. That's what I'm trying to find.
Coming in smooth, hey, coming in smooth.
I don't know if I can rock with those little bitty shorts, but I can do those long socks.
So Marcus, what are you gonna be wearing? What are you bringing? Are you gonna bring the knee-high socks? Because you're the clothing expert.
Yeah, I don't really know yet. I just know I'm bringing myself. So
there you go.
Yeah.
That's 90%.
Yeah,
because
already
That's it.
winning doing that.
That's it.
That's
Already
it.
got
make
the lead.
sure, just make sure you have 911 on speed dial. Make sure.
Have it right there. Like at the football games, have them in the corner.
Yeah.
Have them in the corner.
Hey, man,
Well,
you might need several of them to come, man. You might not need just one. Call
Just
them
a
a
I
double
few
agree
check.
with
times.
him. I agree.
I feel
I
you.
agree.
Look, and make sure we're in a location where they can find us, right? Because Marcus, remember, this is a track. So, we're going to be
Yeah.
down the track, not necessarily out, where they can readily access us. So what should we do with that?
They need to be on the track.
They need to be on, yeah.
They need to be running with us.
Tell
They
them
need
right
to
there
be
doing
running
the
too.
football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
running
Right
with us.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Tell them
Right there.
like they do on the football field, man. They have them right down the corner on the football field.
Yep.
They need to be
Part of
right
that
there on
police
the
training.
track.
We gonna run right with us.
But remember,
They need to be there praying.
Yeah.
as a teacher, remember how when you were little, how you had to have your buddy, find your buddy, hold your buddy's hand.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
You might need that too.
Yeah.
Set up a makeshift hospital up under the bleachers, so we can go right
But
there.
I do think what George's question is it's a really good question, because in the community of autism, it's starting with the practice and conditioning to get yourself built up, because it's different for us. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, if we feel slightly defeated, we want to give up.
Wow.
We don't want to finish the task, the mission, because we feel slightly in some way defeated. So, with this run with the relay and stuff of that nature, it will show not only what we can do as autism individuals, but it can show what we can do as people, in large.
Wow.
What do
That's
you
cool.
do? What do you do to keep from giving up?
I mean, you want to know the truth?
Yeah, please.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
For me, my stuff is weird. Okay, it's not a normal type of situation. So, prime example, I get upset if a chord or a string or a drum beat is not right in a beat. If it's slightly off, I get seriously upset, like somebody punched me in my face. That
Wow.
type of upset.
Wow.
That type of upset. It gets real extreme. So normally for me, I have to stop, step back, listen to some neo soul, and drink a big old thing of lemonade. Not me.
Yeah.
I mean, that works for me.
Mhm.
May not work
Mhm.
for everybody else, but it normally, the neo soul music normally calms me down. You know what I mean? Because I just listen to instrumentations versus the singing part of it. So,
Mhm.
the soulful sounds of neo soul normally, make me woosha.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I have two sons with autism, and classical music was always the thing for us. But this weekend I saw my sons, and you know what did it? The Animal Kingdom. The songs from The Lion King.
Oh, really? Wow.
Mhm.
So
Great
when
songs.
we were,
Good
yeah,
song.
when
Yep.
we were there, like after we ate, they were watching The Lion Kingdom. Listening to watching the YouTube for The Lion
Mhm.
King. You know what I'm trying to
Right,
say,
right.
for The Lion King. And if you could have seen the peace that all of a sudden came over my sons, it was amazing. It was amazing. So there is something so powerful in music that sometimes we underestimate.
Mhm.
So do we need to have Neo Soul and Lion King before you run your race?
Yeah,
Probably
we
so,
need to. Yeah.
Play it
The
throughout.
pregame
A big old
music.
thing.
Bring the
A big old
classicals
thing.
as well.
A
Bring
big
the
old thing.
classicals, man.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Probably so. I mean, because you have to understand too. This is not our world.
Mhm.
So the sports world and stuff of that nature, this is not normally our world. But again, that's why this company and this program is so needed and it's so effective with beyond my expectations. Because this is about sportsmanship, supportness, belief, inclusion, exercise. You understand what I'm saying? You're showing a regimen that you can bring autism and exercise together, that it don't have to be separate, that you can show inclusion. So again, that's why this relay is so important.
Let me ask you something, Marcus. Do you ever feel torn in the sense that you are high functioning? If I saw you walking down the street, I would never think that you were in the autistic spectrum. But then in reality, I mean, you have a diagnosis. So do you ever feel torn as to which world you fit in, or, you know, or how to respond or anything like that? I mean, I don't want to tell you, I'm just saying, is there ever a conflict?
I did. For most of my life, I had conflict because I wanted to be accepted. So, you know, peer pressure can be a monster if you don't take the pill right. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wanted to be in the in crowd instead of me creating a crowd. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, as a music producer, you're not just jumping up and telling celebrities, "Hi, I'm your music producer, and I have autism." That's not the conversation in the studio. You understand what I'm saying? You're trying to get that check in that bag. So you want to do whatever you guys do to get that bag. So at the end of the day, what I had to learn to realize is that I'm damaging myself trying to be somebody else.
I love
So
that.
I had to learn how to be me, autism and all. It's Marcus Leonardo Bull.
What changed that? What changed the from you trying to fit in, which we all have done and want to do? What trying to be accepted to realizing, hey, you know what? I'm doing more damage than good by not being myself. What changed?
For me is when people ask me that been knowing me from, you know, playground years. And oh well, you ashamed to tell your autism story. Stop trying to be me. Be you.
Wow.
And I ain't get that at first. I ain't get that at first. It was like, stop trying to be me, be you. You have a unique story. You have to tell the world, even if you just touch one person, you've done your job.
Wow.
But you can't get mad and say, God allowed me to speak, and don't use the blessing that God gave you when He allowed you to speak.
Wow. Awesome, man. That's cool. Encouragement help. Wow. I love
George,
it.
I'm sorry, George, do you ever feel that pressure of like fitting in, or do you ever see any of your friends, if not you, do you ever see that pressure of trying to fit in, trying to do what others want instead of doing what you want? And how, if you do it or your friends do it, how do you think sports and running and that socialization can help you or help others? You know, how do you think it makes a difference?
Yeah, when I first started freshman year of high school, I was trying to, fit in with all the other people and just trying to be, I was trying to be that person that just like fit in everywhere. But with doing that, I realized that I don't like to do everything that everybody else does. So I had to just figure out what I wanted to do. And sometimes that led people away, and it kind of hurt, but at the same time, it's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to be passionate about. Like football, for example, is something that I wanted to do, but none of my friends did football, and it was just me by myself. But I still did it because it was just what I like to do and what I was good at. And like competing, whenever you're like competing with someone, you're not thinking about what they like. You're not thinking about you're not thinking about anything about them. It's about I'm about to win this race, and they're thinking the exact same thing in that moment. So and then when you race and whoever wins, win or lose, you build a bond with that person as well, because they raced you, you raced them, y'all both are racing at full speed. It just builds a bond between you and the person that you're going against, and it makes it so that y'all can actually become like good friends. That's how I met most of my friends. I just started racing random people at my school, just going at it, just and it was so fun that I couldn't just stop doing it. And I got to meet so many people, and I got to hear their stories and how differently we were. But in that moment, we were both the same. In that moment, we were both running together and both wanted to win that race.
Awesome.
Well, you and I can be cool, if you and I race and etc. But let me tell you something. If you beat me, it's a wrap. Don't call me. Don't call me. You are no longer beyond reputation. Don't be talking right now.
That's gonna be a tough thing. You're gonna have to swallow that one yourself, though. Still gonna have to beat you.
Coach Cuthrell, thank you so much for your time. Marcus, thank you for your time. George, thank you for your time. Coach, if you could just take us out with any words, once again, with regards to running, racing. I think George had one more question, but any additional insight that you'd like to give us to prepare so that I can win? I'm sorry, so that we can compete.
Well, anything that lasts, like I was telling them in the advice, is whatever you start, focus on have your motivation be the goal, and then work backwards from that. So when times get tough, when you feel like you are not going to make it, you can't make it, focus on why you started in the first place. That's what's going to keep you going. You can make it. You really can.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
And thank you, Marcus, as well.
Listen, I take that pearls of wisdom from, Olympic invitee, because 1996, I was downtown Atlanta when they, was going to bring the Olympics to Atlanta and stuff of that nature. This is pre-bombing.
Mm-hmm.
This is before the bombing. You know what I'm saying? So when I see the excitement of the city shut down because the Olympics is coming and all that other stuff. So again, you don't know your legacy until you walk your process. So the thing is, I'm honored to even be on this video call for the legend and to even learn any pure pearls of wisdom from you. So.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Hamilton, you are just phenomenal. Like I said, and get this. Now, once again, U.S. Olympic invitee, but guess what? Football and cheerleading too. I mean, the diversity.
Exactly.
The diversity.
Right.
And if you listen to the video that I had with him, the
So he
pearls
did
of wisdom that
cheerleading?
he was dropping
I did,
and coaching.
yeah. I did
Yeah.
cheerleading. I competed. I don't think we got it in this, but I competed in gymnastics before I started any of it.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
I
yeah.
competed 5
You are
years. I
so
was state
lucky.
champion in
Yeah.
gymnastics.
Not only could beat
You are
you in
so
a
lucky.
race, but tumble too.
Yeah, I gotta hear stories after this. I want to hear stories after this. About the cheerleading. I want to hear it.
So, but listen, guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything. I once again, Coach Cuthrell, the insight that you provided. And like I said, if you could ever listen to his video when I interviewed him before, the things that he was saying, look, I was writing stuff down. I was like, I'm using this later. I'm stealing this. So some things may have my name next to the quote, but
You can
it's one or two things, it's all here, Cole family.
Right.
But once again, thank you so much for everything. And we look
pleasure.
forward to sharing the September date with everybody soon. Thank you. Take care.
Y'all
Hold on,
take care,
guys.
man.
Hold on, guys.